is Russ. Yeah, I'm back out on the road again. I am on the Rad Rover 5. Yeah, you might have wondered what happened to this bike. I haven't been on this bike in a long time. Feels different. It really kind of does. This bike is kind of big and heavy. I've got so much stuff on it. I got the pannier, which is filled with tools and everything, and got an Abis bike lock sitting in the front basket. Got all my audio recording gear and other things on here. So why did I decide to take the Rad Rover 5? Well, the Magicycle Cruiser is down right now. Yeah, it's down. So what happened to it? Well, Magicycle sent me the new front fork, which is the new hydraulic front fork. And so I went to install it today. Had everything set. Turns out I'm missing one little part. And it's the part that holds the handlebar stem, essentially holds the handlebar in place. So without that, I can't tighten it down. So I can't steer, and the front fork will fall right off. Now I don't know if they realized that it was missing a part, but it's a small little. It's kind of like a nut. It's inside the stem of the fork assembly itself, where the handlebar stem is. Yeah, I can't talk today. And then right on the top, it just screws right down and locks in place. Well, that little star piece that fits inside the tube was missing. So I don't know whether they forgot to put it in there, or they thought that it was already in there, and so they just sent me the fork, but it's missing the part. So, and I can't take it off of the old one because it's locked in place. So because of that, okay, we'll let him keep going. He stops too long. I can't teeter-totter back and forth. Dead stopped. So yeah, I've got to wait for that part to come back in place. So we're going to be down without the Magicycle Cruiser for a little while. I don't know how long it's going to take them to send me that part. I mean, I would hate for them to have to send me a whole fork just for that one little piece. It's just a part, really. A part that probably costs like 10 cents. But I don't have one, so I can't finish it. So it will be Rad Rover 5 until that point. Now, the last week I've been spending most of my days on the I was gonna say the Jaguar Rundy. I'm thinking Magicycle. Yeah, we're waiting for that too. That's the new folding bike for Magicycle that's coming out eventually. I've been spending my time on the Engwe EP2 Pro. So my wife had a couple of vacation days, so she took Thursday, Friday, and Monday off. So those 3 days we went to Kenosha, we went to Racine, and then we went to the Fox River Trail. So it's been folding bike day for me for the whole weekend. And then of course, as you know, I did the review of the bike, and I also did the range of the bike with the battery, because they did send me the second battery, as you've probably seen by now, seen the video about it. But I had a chance to run that bike a little bit more. So let me tell you a little bit more about that bike, because I think anyone's looking for a relatively inexpensive bike would be curious, is that one that I would really recommend to them or not. Based on pricing, yeah, I think so. I would recommend you look at that. Now, the obvious one people are going to compare it against is the Electric XP 2.0. And then, of course, Electric has a new battery to go along with that, too, that gives you a little bit more range. So is that a better deal? Is that a better bike? Well, hey, I don't have Electric, so I can't tell you. But I did reach out to my friend Donut Jim, and he has one. So I asked him how his range was. And he says, yeah, they're they don't have the greatest range either. I think all of these bikes in that category are not the greatest in range, but even so, I think the Engwe, the new improved Engwe, actually might have more range. Yeah, I think it does. I was able to get 22 miles of range running it like I would normally run any bike. Going up the hills, going down the hills, throttling, going pedal assist level 3, level 4. You know how I ride, right? I was able to get about 22 miles, I think, on that. But then I did the same thing as I do with all the other bikes, just kind of ride it around the 3-mile path. And I decided, since this has cruise control, I'll just leave it on cruise control on pedal assist level 3. That gives me about 13.5 miles per hour. I'll just let it run. I think, what did we get? What was it, 33? Was it 30? I think it was around 33. It gained like 10 or 11 miles of range doing that. Now, although that kind of shows that the bike is capable of doing that, realistically speaking, would I be getting that? And the answer would be no, because I took it to the other places and I was getting about 22 because I'm riding it the way I typically would ride it. So I think based on my weight, based on how I ride, based on the fact that we had a lot of hills, quite frankly, a lot of hills in Racine and also at the Fox River Trail, the Engwe held up. It did well. Now, my original report was it wasn't doing so well. We went to the, where did we go? We went to the state park, Channel Lake State Park, all right? And we were only getting, I was only doing pedal assist level 2 and 3, and I couldn't go up the hard hills. Well, I think the reason was because I didn't have any running start. I was just like, let's turn around and go up the hill. Yeah, I can't do that. You got to give it a little bit of momentum first. And the fact that it was able to do Racine, those hills were equally as bad as the one that was at the state park. So I take my words back. I said that the Engwe can't go up the hills, doesn't have enough torque. It does, as long as you put it on pedal assist level 5 and you pedal that thing. I mean, I was throttling a full blast, pedal assist level 5, giving it everything it's got, and then also pedaling hard to get up. I got up over the hills, so it is capable. You just have to work it. So based on that, would I recommend? Yeah, I think I would. $1,050 for that bike. I mean, I ran into a guy. We were at the Fox River Trail, and we were heading back to the car, towards the car. And he yells out at me, "How much is that bike?" And I said, $1,050. He goes, "That's it?" He was shocked. I think he thought these bikes were a lot more money. But then, getting the second battery option along with it for $50 more, essentially $1,099.99. Let's say $1,100. $1,100 for 2 batteries. Now, that bike was giving me 22 miles. I'm going to call it 20 to be conservative. 2 batteries, that's 40 miles. Now, you do have to stop in the middle of it and change out your battery, but that's 40 miles. 40 miles for $1,100. I think it's the better buy at this point. I think it's the better buy between the Electric XP and the Engwe. If you're looking for range, that is, for the money. Range for the money, okay? So, with that, I'm pretty confident to say it's a pretty good deal. Yeah. So, do I recommend? Yeah, I recommend. I'm using it. I'm having a lot of fun on it, quite frankly. I'm able to go to places that I wasn't able to go before without folding bike. I don't have a rack, as you know. It fits on the back of my car. So, yeah. It's a tight squeeze, though, I will say. We have We have the Honda CRV, 2011 CRV. That rear seat doesn't go down all the way down, so it makes it hard. And so we don't fold my wife's folding bike. She has the Rad Mini Step-Thru 2. We leave that hole. We just put down the handlebar stem, and then I fold up the Engwe, putting the two together. It's kind of tight. Yeah, a few scratches here and there on the Engwe. I think when you fold those things up, you got to put something in between it when you fold it, so it doesn't scratch itself, essentially. A few scratches on the inside of my wife's car as it was banging around in the inside. But overall, yeah, we were both very happy to go out. I did tell you that my wife took her first fall on her bike out at the Fox River Trail. They had a U-turn. I mean, I'm not talking. I'm talking a sharp U-turn. All right, not like a wide U-turn. It like, up and then back. Yeah, and she said that because I slowed down, she probably couldn't balance herself well enough in the slow speeds, which is usually what happens. And so what she did is she just let the bike go. She said that she knew she was going to go down. She didn't want to fall down with the bike falling on top of her, so she just let it go running out on its own. And she tumbled down and bumped her knee a little bit. She probably have a nice bruise on the knee, but no broken skin or anything. She had pants on. And then, so how much damage happened to the Rad? Hardly any. I looked that bike over. The only thing I could find was a slight scratch, and I'm talking slight scratch on the derailleur protector, the derailleur guard. That was it. I was expecting, that at least the basket would be scratched up or something would be scratched up, but no. That bike didn't even look like it had any damage at all. I was kind of shocked. So she must have just kind of laid it down. So yeah, I think you have to take your first fall to understand what would happen if you do fall. Now she knows. Now she knows don't do a U-turn. Don't go too slow. Hop off if you have to. Move around the bike a little bit. That's why I don't do U-turns, because of that. So I'm a little tired out. I know she's tired out as well. We rode 42 miles on that trip yesterday. I did a lot of throttling because I have cruise control on that thing. She pedaled the entire amount. So yeah, she has ability. I don't. And she's very light in weight. She's lighter in weight than, let's put it this way, she's lighter in weight than most average women in the United States, I'd say. She's in the petite category, right? And and she's maintained her lost weight. I mentioned once, I think she's actually less in weight than she was when I first met her. Yeah, she's lost a lot of weight. Not a lot. I mean, she never gained a lot of weight, but enough that she's lower than she was when we first met. Yeah. So anyway, see, I didn't say anyways. Anyway, she kind of proved that when these manufacturers say that you can get a lot of range out of your battery, yeah. We did 42 miles. She rode mostly on pedal assist level 1, 2, sometimes at 0, she said even. She was only down 2 bars out of 5. She was at the 3rd battery bar out of the 5 after 42 miles. Based on that, I'm going to say she could probably do 60 miles. She was saying, oh, maybe we should get a second battery. I said, for what? For what? Based on how she rides? Based on her weight and how she rides? What for? Man, if she could do like 60 miles, I said, man, you could probably do the Botanic Garden trip with me on a single battery. It would be a little risky, quite frankly. It would be a little risky. Now let me turn here. I don't know where I'm heading, by the way. I'm used to heading in this direction to go to Bussy Woods. I don't plan to go to Bussy. I just wanted to take the bike out. I was thinking I was gonna test out the new front fork on the Magicycle, but again, like I said, I'm missing that one little piece. It's like a little star nut that's inside the stem of the fork. If you guys have ever changed one out, you might know. Then the screw goes down into it and locks in place. But again, without that little star nut in the inside of the circular part of the fork, you have nothing to lock into. If I remember, I'll put a photo up of it. I sent it off to Magicycle. I told them, I said, hey, I'm missing this part. So the bike is just sitting in my family room. Basically, it's assembled with the new fork in there. It's just waiting for me to lock it into place. It was very easy to do. I did not record it. I know you guys are going to ask me if I did or I didn't. Let me turn here. I did not record it because they don't intend to sell it. I don't think they intend to sell it separately. I don't want to do something there and then that's really not what they intend. They just wanted me to have a Magicycle Cruiser Pro made out of my original Magicycle Cruiser. I'm calling it my semi-pro. Not 100% pro. I'm in the little leagues. Yeah, it's essentially the same bike, except it doesn't have the updated higher torque. It's okay. I don't need it. I don't go up major hills with the bike in this area. But I did get confirmation from them. Their new models are coming. Yeah. Okay. They've been saying that for a long time. I know. But they confirmed. Yeah. It's very, very close now. Yeah. Very close. So if you've pre-ordered some of these things, and I know a number of you guys did, you gotta hang on for a couple more weeks. It'll be worth it. Believe me, it'll be worth it. I have good hopes for the Ocelot. I hope they remember to send me a second battery. If not, I will ask them for one. And the same thing for the Jaguar Rundy. I'm gonna try to take these things farther. Based on how I ride, I really need that second battery. I can't function without it. I'm too heavy. I eat up battery like crazy. The bikes would not do me enough good if I didn't. Now, okay, let's talk about the new Area 13 bike that's coming to me. Now, this is not a new bike in the sense of a new model. It's a brand new bike, but it's been around. It was around when I was looking at buying this Rad Rover 5. It was one that I was actually considering, but I just couldn't afford it. I could barely afford the Rad Rover 5 at the time. I had just gotten done with my knee replacement. I hadn't worked for, almost 2 years because of the knee replacement. So that's what essentially got me thinking, yeah, you're essentially retired. You don't know it, but you are. And so I knew that I had to scrimp and save on everything. I shouldn't just go be buying things that I don't really have to spend big money on. If I can get away with something less, I should do that. Yeah, we are heading towards Bussy. I'm just used to taking. Okay, maybe we'll do it, and then I'll pick up some Chinese food afterwards. We'll see. Yeah, let's do Bussy. Yeah, you guys are probably sick of Bussy. We do Bussy too much. I just wanted to get out and ride and talk, that's all. It doesn't matter where we go, really. So, where was I? Oh, the Area 13 bike. Yeah, Kyle from Area 13 was kind enough to offer a bike to me. Now, I responded to that video before he even had a chance to contact me about it. Because you guys had seen that I was on it, and everyone was telling me, "Hey, you're on the most recent video," and he called it the Karen video. I never called her a Karen, by the way, just so that you guys know that. I probably wanted to, but my wife was the smarter person. She says, "No, you can't do that." So yeah, she's right. I can't really do that. So I put it out there. I mean, she was on my video. I mean, there's no way to go around it. She ran right in front of me, rode right in front of me, I should say, made her little comment, and then people started blasting me saying, you know, give it up. Why are you still talking more and more about it? Hey, she's in front of me. I'm heading in that direction. She didn't, you know, I'm not really following her. I did say something like, let's follow her and see what she's doing. But the thing is, I was going to follow in that direction anyways because I'm heading in that direction. You know, what am I going to do? Turn around and go the other direction just because she made a comment? No, I was heading in that direction. Anyway, she did what she did, and then, of course, Kyle had seen the video. He said that he was looking at putting together some type of video about this topic anyway. See, I'm saying it better. And so he saw my video because, you know, that video's been seen a lot. It's my #2 video of all time, believe it or not, already. The #1 video being the senior video. And he saw it, and then he said that they were also thinking about should they give a bike to a YouTuber to do a review. So they were thinking about who to give it to, and my name had come up. And he says, your name came up on both videos, so it was going to happen. So yeah, he told me that they have never given an Area 13 bike for review or any other type of purposes to any other YouTuber. So I am the first. I am humbled by that, quite frankly. I sometimes wonder if I deserve to have all the stuff these people give me. Because, you know, like I said, I'm not a long-time e-biker. I know there's people who've been doing e-bikes for many, many years. I'm not a long-time guy, but I've ridden quite a bit. I ride almost every day if I can get away with it. Bike route straight. Let's go straight. I don't know where I am. I'm talking and riding again. Yeah, if we hit bus, we hit bus. If we don't, oh well, too bad. And so, yeah, so we're the first channel. He's given a bike for review from him, who is also a YouTuber. I mean, they've got over 100,000 subscribers. And so, yeah, I'm very happy to receive it. Like I said, it was one that I was looking at in the early days. I think at that time when I was looking, that bike probably wasn't even available. It probably was pre-order only. A lot of the Area 13 bikes seem to be pre-order only. They don't seem to have enough coming in compared to how many people are ordering from them. Oh yeah, we are heading in the right direction. It just didn't seem that way. So yeah, thank you so much to Area 13, formerly Bolton Ebikes, and to Kyle for offering me the bike to review. Now, he did mention the word review on his email to me. So yeah, I'll review it. I was just gonna ride it and talk about it like I usually do. But yeah, we'll do a formal review of it. Why not? I've done it for all the other bikes. Let's do it. Now, what am I expecting out of this bike? Well, like I said, it's kind of like the bike that I was looking at before I bought the Rad Rover 5. And if you look at the bike frame style, I think I'm going too far. I think I should have turned by now. Let's turn here. Let's see what happens. Oh, rug construction, that's what happens. Oh well. What am I expecting without even having the bike yet? Well, like I said, it kind of looks like the Rad Rover 5 frame with a ton of upgraded parts. That's how I kind of always thought of the Blackbird. Blackbird it's named after military aircraft. I think there's a military aircraft called the Blackbird. I don't know, is that Air Force or is that Navy? I have no idea. So I kind of saw it as an upgraded Rad Rover 5. And a lot of the Area 13 bikes seem to be like customized bikes. It's almost like, yeah, you could buy this through another brand, frame's kind of similar, but all of our components are going to be better than the components you buy from the other brands. And that's what warrants the higher price. I think at the time when I was looking at it, I think the pricing was around $2,400 in that range. All right, we're stuck here now. We can't make this turn. I'm gonna stay here though. I may turn on the sidewalk. Just cross on the sidewalk. Yeah, we're here. Let's just put our arm out, let people know we're gonna make that left turn as well. We'll do it the legal way. So what does it have? We talked about this already on one of the other videos. Yeah, okay, let's break it down a little bit. From what I know, from what I can read from their website, I won't know everything until I get it. But let's start with brakes. Yeah, hydraulic brakes, but an upgraded hydraulic brake. This thing is going to have like double pistons inside there instead of one or something. double brake pad things. Not two brake pads, but two things that push into brake pads. It's still made by Tektro, but I think it's an upgraded Tektro brake that's a little bit higher than the one that Magicycle puts on their pro bikes. The rotors are over 200 and something millimeters. The ones that come on the Magicycle is about 180. So the bigger rotors is going to let you stop that bike quicker. I mean, if think about mountain bikes, how fast these guys on mountain bikes can stop on a dime. I think you're going to be able to do that with this bike because of the upgraded brake and then the upgraded rotor. It's got a dropper seat post, which means if I push a button, the seat post height drops. Yeah, that's kind of interesting, huh? Which way do I go? I think I was supposed to turn. Yeah, I'm doing this all by memory here. Got to make a U-turn. And we're not doing a U-turn. Does this go through? That's a court, so it doesn't. Yeah, we got to do the U-turn. I'm not doing the U-turn. I hop off the bike. I maneuver the bike. And then I turn. Yeah. This family's had our share of falls. We're not gonna do the U-turn thing. All right, yeah, it has a dropper seat post. That's kind of cool. I don't think I can straddle the bike and still stay seated. The standover height on this bike, I told him I wanted the bigger bike, the 26-inch wheel bike. Standover height's 32 inches. My inseam is about 31 to 31 and a half. With shoes on, I should just basically make 32. So I think I'm just going to clear the top. So if I just clear the top standing over the top of that, the chances of me being able to sit on the seat and straddle the bike would be impossible. So what the dropper seat post will do for me is allow me to lower the height of the seat when I stop, and then when I want to swing my leg over to dismount and then remount the bike, it'll be less of a height to have to clear when I swing my leg over. And then once I'm in position, I pedal up while standing, raise the seat post. It's an automatic thing that raises it up. So that'll be nice. Now, they have different derailleurs. They don't have the Shimano derailleur. So you see this gear shifter is not going to be the one that we're used to here. It's going to be like paddles, on the bottom by your fingers. A lot of the mountain bike guys like those. So it's kind of similar, or probably maybe even the same type of ones. I don't know what comes on mountain bikes nowadays. But then you just have it right by fingertips, essentially. And because of that, doing a thumb throttle on the right side is pretty much not going to be happening. So they put the thumb throttle on the left side. I'm not going to be used to that. I think that's going to be a challenge for me to get used to throttling up with the left. But I'm up for the challenge. I'm going to give it a try. Now, Citizen Cycle just recently did a video where he changed out something where he was able to put a thumb, well, he uses twist throttles, a twist throttle on the right side. I could do that, but I don't think so. I'm going to leave it. I'm going to leave it alone. Learn to use it. That's the way to go. Learn to use it. So what about other performance things? Well, it's got a Bafang motor. It's 750 watts. It comes stock at 20 miles an hour. It can be unlocked if you want. And I think he says it does about 30 miles an hour. So it'll go past the Class 3 classification if you want to do that. Wonder if I'm going to do that. What do you think? So yeah, it's got some power to it, 750 watts, and I heard from some other reviews that I think the bike peaks out at like 1,200 or 1,300 watts. Now, people get all impressed about this, right? It's nice. I'm impressed. Will I use it? I really don't want to. Let's put it that way, because I know that if I go to that much wattage usage, it's just going to eat into my battery, which will eat into my range. 52 volt, what is it, 15 amp hour? 15 or 16 amp hour battery, something like that. So, yeah, so even though it's got that kind of peak, I'm not going to be crazy and, throttle down extremely hard and use it all up. I would rather be a little more conservative, give me a little more range. Now, how do I get a second battery onto this thing? Well, I'm not going to ask him for a second battery. That costs the money. I think I will probably eventually modify that bike so that I could use my triangle batteries on it. Now, I'll either remove his battery and then do full triangle to steal the batteries off of this bike. Maybe put his battery on this bike or something. I'm not really sure. Or better yet, if I don't plan to use it for something as far as the Botanic Garden ride, where I need at least 60 miles out of it, what I might do is just leave his battery in place, cut into the wiring, put XT90. I think he uses XT60s on his bikes. I saw he sold the Credo or an upgrade or something like that. It had XT60s on it. It might already have an XT60 connector. No big deal. I'll just swap out the connector, turn it into XT90s because my batteries have XT90s on it. And then, strap a triangle battery on the rear rack. If I do that, essentially it's like doing the Rad Rover. Then that would give me 20 amp hours, 52 volts, 20 amp hours in the back. And then 52 volts, 16 amp hours, I think is what his has, something like that. Enough to go some decent distance, but not necessarily maybe Botanic Garden distance. I mean, I took the Magicycle, which has 15 amp hours with another 20 amp hours from the triangle battery, and we were able to do the Botanic Garden, but I just made it back. I was really worrying I wouldn't make it, but I just made it back. It'll be kind of similar, I think, to that. Alright, it looks like they have some advertisement on the path for some type of special walk happening in August 29th. We are not coming. That video with the woman who made her comment, they had some type of special event walk happening. People were saying, why are you riding on this path with all these people? hey, I didn't know they had this going on. This is a path that is typically open for bikes and pedestrians to be on, and joggers and stuff. So yeah, I was expecting I was just going to be riding like I am right now. I didn't expect there was going to be a ton of people on the path walking. And of course, those people, you people, that group, all right, saying it more politically correct. That group of people kind of ate up the whole path. People asked me, why don't you go up on the grass? You've got big fat tires. We're not allowed to ride on the grass. Yeah, it states that they don't really want you riding around on the grass. I mean, I've done it, just to get off the path for a second here or there. And I did go around, I think, one group a little bit on the thing, just a little bit off the side and back on. But people said, why don't you just ride on there and then just avoid them altogether? Well, that's why. You're not allowed to. I do try to play by the rules. The only thing that, maybe when this is August 28th, yeah, we're not going to do that. We're not going to be anywhere close to here on August 28th. I try to play it by the rules. The only thing is maybe I go a little bit faster than some people prefer. But, I'm not like doing 30 miles an hour down here. You're talking, if this path was a 15 mile an hour path, let's say, if I did 16, 17, 18, so be it. And sometimes it hits 20 maybe because, you're going down a hill a little bit or a little bit of an incline and it speeds up. It happens. It happens. People get so hung up over that thing. And stop signs. Okay, look at this little stop sign. You blow through the stop signs. Well, there's no cars. Looking left and right, there's no cars. This is just the entrance to the parking. And believe me, more people than not blow through the stop signs. We were noticing on our rides this past weekend, up in Wisconsin and also at the Fox River Trail. Everybody blasts through the stop signs. Every single one of them. There wasn't a single person who stopped. So when I, my wife even noticed that, she said, nobody's stopping at these stop signs. And I was slowing down, but I wasn't fully stopping. But at least I tried to slow down. These guys don't even do that. So, yeah, I'm not the only one. All right. And I think if everybody did that, then of course, we're going to have a problem. But if you're careful when you do it, that's one thing. If you just blatantly blast through it, which I saw almost all those guys were doing, they just blatantly blast through it without even care. Yeah, see here? It's an entrance. There's nobody around. Morning. So anyway, yeah, the foliage has grown up. You call them weeds? I call them weeds. I don't know what you want to call them. I have a lack of appreciation for botany. I'm just used to grass being cut down, not like like that. But I understand why it's there. Animals need it. Alright, we're gonna make our move. Morning. I have to get used to where the bell is. Trigger. Right here. It's a trigger pull. I'm so used to reaching over with my thumb now on the Magicycle because I put the other bell there. Yeah, we lost my bell that comes on the regular cruiser. It has the same bell as this one here. But, yeah, I lost it when I switched over to the hydraulic brakes. They don't have one. They don't have one, so I bought those inexpensive bells. It was 3 for $7.99 on Amazon. Yeah. Well, the guy doesn't sell it anymore, so I went on AliExpress and ordered 10 more. With shipping and everything, comes out to about $1.80 something per bell. How can you beat it? I hope it's the same kind. It looks like the same ones. Still waiting for it to come in. You know, anytime you order that kind of stuff from China, you're talking weeks. It could take a month or more. No big deal. I'm not in desperate need for it, but I've had good luck ordering from that site. I've never had a problem getting something. One thing we noticed as well. Let me mention this, and my wife mentioned to me first. She said that people seem more receptive to me on the folding bike, probably because it doesn't look as intimidating. I would have to agree with that statement. We were on the Fox River Trail, and I noticed a number of e-bikes coming towards me that may not necessarily be this bike, but kind of looks like this Rad Rover. I mean, big bikes, right? Big black bike. It's kind of intimidating looking. And I was on the folding bike, you know, small little bike, big stem. It doesn't look intimidating. My wife's bike looks more heavy duty than that bike did. So yeah, people seem more respective. They seem to have more respect for me on that bike and didn't make comments or anything. I think they're used to seeing e-bikes over there. There was quite a few. That was the most e-bikes I've seen on a trip was on the Fox River Trail. I think it's pretty much commonplace now over there. A lot of people had it. Different kinds. Most of them I didn't recognize what they were. I didn't recognize the brands or anything. I don't know where they're buying it. There's a bike shop along there too. I should go in there one of these days to see what they sell. Maybe they're selling them the bikes. So I think the smaller type bikes are easier. Like for instance, if I had the KBO Breeze, I don't think anyone would say anything. I asked my friend who purchased the KBO Breeze from me how he was doing with the bike. He hasn't ridden it in the last couple of weeks. He's been out of town, but so far I think he says it's pretty good for him. You know, nobody says anything. It looks like a regular bike, really. So you know, the form factor plays a factor whether people look negative to you or they don't. Eventually, one day, I think people will get used to the fact that e-bikes are here to stay. It is. It's not just a fluke thing. This is going to be the way bikes are going to be. If you want to use it for more than just, you know, basic recreational use, you want to use it for transportation to different places, yeah, an e-bike would do it for you. Alright, some people are out trying to fish. Oh, here's another thing that I kind of thought was kind of interesting. A couple times my wife went in front of me to ride, you know, after I turned the cameras off. And she has the X-Nito helmet, and it's blinking away. Yeah, I could see the rear blinking light pretty good in daylight. Yeah, I thought, you know, oh, it's going to be hard to see. No, she was quite a bit ahead of me, and I could still see her blinking. And then in the rear view mirror, when I was looking, when she was behind me, I could see her front headlight. I mean, it's very dim, but I could tell it was on. The rear red blinking light is brighter, in my opinion. I don't know why. Or maybe the redness makes it stand out more. I have no idea. But I could definitely see that. Oh, here's another thing I saw. There was a guy. He had, I think it was a bar end mirror on his bike, and it had flashing light. It was flashing a white light towards us. He was riding in the same direction as us. At first I thought, is that a bike coming towards us? And I realized it's not coming towards us, it's going in the same direction as us. I think maybe that would have been better if it was like a red light instead of a clear light. But yeah, it was flashing at us for visibility. I don't know if that's good or just a red blinking tail light. That's what I have on my bike. I have an accessory tail light that I strap on to my bike when I'm riding it, and it blinks red. I do it just for visibility, even in daylight. And I have my X-Needle helmet on, so I'm blinking from the top, I'm blinking from the bike. Yeah, I'm blinking all over the place. Thank you so much too to you guys mentioning, going back to the Area 13 bike offer. I think Pedro Fernandez made a comment there and said I was a good ambassador for e-bikers. Thank you so much. I appreciate your comment about that. Pedro comments on a lot of our videos. He's one of our regulars. Yeah, I appreciate him a lot. Something's happening here. I don't know what it is. It's got a lot of camera stuff and whatever. I don't know. Maybe doing some type of commercial. Who knows? I'm used to seeing lots of cameras and things, so it doesn't impress me that much. But just curiosity. Other people hang around and watch, but no. I've been on television enough times. I'm on your television right now. If you're watching me on the television. No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about actual television commercial. Did a television commercial for my college one time. I was featured on that. I was on TV a lot at crime scenes. The news would show up and you'd be on TV. Yeah, you'd show up for some type of crime scene thing. The news are going to cover it and you're going to be on it. And then now, of course, I'm on your television with YouTube. Or your computer monitors, or your phones. Times have changed. My friend Donut Jim, we call him Donut Jim because he's the donut vendor at one of the farmers markets out here. And he says, "You're kind of a celebrity now." Yeah, in my own mind. I don't think so. I don't think I'm a celebrity yet. Let's keep working at it. Maybe one day we will be. Alright, we gotta make a pass here. Alright, I think we've ridden enough and talked enough on this one. I think I'll say my goodbyes and then start up another video, and I might go do some Chinese food. Getting kind of hungry. Oh, how's the diet going before I sign off? Yeah, not so good. Could be better. I've dropped maybe 3 or 4 pounds since we said that the doctor says you need to do something. I need to really cut back. You know, going to a Chinese restaurant, picking up Chinese food, that's not going to help any. Well, I'm kind of hungry. And I kind of miss some of the Chinese food, you know. Wonder why. Anyways, if you like this video, go ahead and hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button. Watch the next video where we finish off this Bussy Woods ride. And then, yeah, we'll head to the Chinese place. We'll pick up some Chinese food. I have my Avis bite lock. I'll just lock it up, run in, grab it. That's what I did last time. I'll talk to you guys next time.